Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of the Devy to Dynasty Film Room. Today we're going to be talking about Chris Evans, who is a rookie running back out of Michigan for the Bengals. He broke out in his first two seasons at Michigan, and he has a fantastic athletic profile. He showed a lot of great things on film, was once considered a top prospect. Unfortunately, he actually was supposed to finish his college career in 2019, but ended up losing an entire year to an academic suspension. So he came back in 2020, but was part of a committee at that point and just was never able to reestablish himself as a top prospect. So the Bengals ended up getting him in the sixth round of the draft. And he came in with a reputation for being a great receiving back, which we'll look at today. But he's already begun to show that ability at the NFL level. In fact, Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan said he's got the most natural hands for a running back that I've ever been around. He displayed that this past weekend, week 6 of the NFL. He made some big plays in the receiving game that caught my eye. And so today we're going to be diving into the film together to see why I think he's a fantastic stash for your dynasty teams. So first, let's talk about Chris Evans' athletic profile. He's 5'11", 211, so he's definitely not too small to carry an NFL workload. He's comparable in size to guys like Austin Eckler, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, and in fact, he actually profiles really similarly to them as an athlete as well. It's not just height and weight. When you look, his 40-yard dash time is a 4.57, so it's not blazing, but it's fast enough. It's actually almost identical to Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara's 40 times. And where he really stands out is burst and agility. So he's upper 90s percentile on both of those scores, which means he gets up to his top speed really, really fast. He's got elite acceleration and he can change directions on a dime. In terms of his agility, he can start, stop, cut, all of that stuff. And you're going to see it on film. Like he's an athlete. And so that's definitely, I'm not saying he's the caliber of player that Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara are. But there's definite similarities in terms of their athletic profiles and frankly some of their skill sets as well. So there's upside there, and it's definitely worth taking note of. All right, so the first thing I want to look at on film here is what stuck out to me this past Sunday in the NFL that really got me excited about Chris Evans and wanting to take a look at his tape in the first place. So again, he came in heralded as a receiving back. And you see him here split out wide. Anytime a running back is split out wide, that is a pretty good sign that the team trusts him, that he's got some good receiving skills beyond just, checking down your typical dump off type of passes. So he's matched up man to man with a linebacker here. And Joe Burrow sees that. He's been in practice with Chris Evans. He knows the receiving skills and he's looking at him on this play. So watches the play runs. Boom. So he drives inside like he's going for a slant here. And the linebacker takes the bait. Watch this explosion as he bursts to the outside. And look at how much space he just created. That is a really, really nice route. Really elite release, especially for a running back. And Joe Burrow's already got the ball in the air. He's looking to hit Chris Evans. And look at that catch. I mean, full extension, hands catch. That is not an easy catch. And for a running back to have those kind of ball skills, that jumped right off the page to me when I was watching this. And I was just like, wow, this rookie, he's got something. And I want to look a little bit more into this. So this was the first play that I saw that really impressed me. And you'll see another angle of it here. Again, look, inside drive, burst outside, tons of space created, and then a fantastic catch. All right, so this is the second play I saw that I really liked in the same game against the Lions in the red zone again. And you're going to see he's going to catch this underneath pass here. And look, it's the red zone. Look at how many bodies are around him that are in position to potentially make a tackle. And so to catch a dump off pass like this and to make something out of it with that many people between you and the end zone is really impressive. So watch what he does here. He's going to stick that foot in the ground, dead leg cut, and you're going to see this a ton on film. He's elusive. This is, when we talked about that athletic profile with agility, this is that agility. So he's going to stick that leg in the ground and burst here. And the linebacker barely gets an arm on him. And then watch him turn his hips and point his toes straight north-south. And he's, again, still got multiple people in position to potentially make a tackle on him. But he bursts. So we talked about agility. Now we're going to see burst. Like, boom. Now he's on the other side, and they're running into each other instead of running into him. That is impressive. Now this guy gets a hand on his ankles and just barely kind of stops him from getting in the end zone here. But he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line just off of yards after the catch ability. So that's really impressive. Again, you're going to see right there, he's going to plant that leg, make a really hard cut, and leave this guy diving at the air and just get down to the 2-yard line just off of pure athleticism. So I was really impressed by that. And right here, you're going to see pass pro too. So if you want to be a good receiving back, you got to be able to protect the quarterback when you're in pass pro. And that'll keep you on the field, right? Coaches will trust you if you know what you're doing in pass pro. So watch this. This is actually a big play for Jamar Chase, but it doesn't happen without Chris Evans right here. He picks this up. So if you go back, this guy comes off unblocked, and Chris Evans is on a play action pass here, but he has really good awareness to stop the play action fake and really lay this block on. And it's good form. He's got his legs square. He's using his arms. He's not just trying to chop block the guy. A lot of times running backs, because they're small, they'll want to just dive at the guy's legs and they can get themselves into trouble because, the guy jumps over them or whatever. This is good form, good pass blocking. And then, the guy's way bigger. He's starting to get around him. And then that extra effort to give that second push. And look at that clean pocket he creates for Joe Burrow. I mean, that is impressive against a defensive end. And it gives Burrow time to make this incredible throw to Jamar Chase for a really long play. This one's in college against Minnesota. And it's another play action pass where a guy comes in, gets a lot of penetration, and you're going to see he's going to square up here. Again, really good form. He's going to use his hands, push, and just create enough space for this big play to happen. So this is another angle of it you're going to see here in a second. So right there, again, that's a defensive end coming in, and he's man-to-man here and just squares up. Great play. This one is from a preseason game, and it's a broken play. So really the play itself is not a super big consequence here, but I love what Chris Evans does. So watch, the center snaps the ball, and none of these other linemen have moved. It's a complete broken play, and 53 comes screaming off the edge. Would have been unabated to the quarterback. Probably should have been blown dead, but watch Chris Evans just square up, lead with his arms, and just stop 53. I mean, this guy's got 40, 50 pounds on him. That's how you make a roster. That's how you get playing time. Really great to see that from Chris Evans. All right, so one question that didn't get answered as we were looking at that Lions game is, can he run, right? So we saw the receiving ability, and that's great if you want to be potentially a third down back with some PPR value. Maybe ceiling would be James White in that scenario, but he becomes really an upside player if he can run the ball too, if he has that potential to be more of a Kamara or an Aaron Jones maybe down the line. And so we had to go back to his college tape to look at that because he really hasn't run the ball much in the NFL yet, and he's backing up Joe Mixon. He hasn't had much opportunity. So one thing that really stuck out to me that you're going to see on these next couple of plays as I watched him run is contact balance. And that's a staple of Kamara's game. When you can take those arm tackles and keep your balance, keep your legs driving, and get out of those, that's going to get you a lot of extra yards, and you'd love to see that. So let's roll the tape here. So he's going to come down the hole and then look at that. A linebacker meets him dead on in the hole. He's got him dead to rights, and he's just like, get off me. Throws another little stiff arm, ends up taking this to the house. It's a really, really impressive run. Shows some top speed too, but like, man, look at that. I mean, number 13, way bigger than Chris Evans. And that's not just an arm tackle. I mean, he's got him wrapped, and man, just get off of me. That's great contact balance. So, okay, next play. So, this one's really interesting. First of all, I think this is, elusiveness on display because number 27 here is unblocked. And I'm not exactly sure what's supposed to be happening on this play, but you see all of these linemen are blocking this way, and then he's blocking out this way, which tells me that this is meant to be the hole. It's supposed to be a run to the right side of the line, and there's some kind of miscommunication. I think these two guys block the same guy and leave him unaccounted for. And so right here off the bat, he's wanting to run back this way, but number 27's blocking his path. And for him to make a cut and leave that guy on the dirt is already impressive enough. But now, again, the way that the blocking is, they're all blocking this way, which means at this point, they're blocking these guys into Chris Evans. And look, multiple people get an arm on him, and they can't bring him down. Again, it's that contact balance. So here you're going to see it again as he comes through the hole. Pretty good blocking. Nice green field. Make a little cut to get that guy, still has a good shot at him, but not hitting him directly on, which makes a big difference if a guy's kind of coming at you from the side versus hitting you straight on. And then look, just shakes him off, shakes that guy off, carries this guy for 10 yards. I mean, that's for a guy that's a little bit on the smaller side. This is really impressive power and contact balance, and this really showed up all over his college tape. So that was one thing that I really wanted to highlight through some of these clips. All right, so the next thing I wanted to show you guys here is really just his athletic profile showing up on tape. So you already saw a little bit of that with the contact balance, but really remember, he burst and agility is his thing, and really that combines to be elusiveness and acceleration, and we're going to see it on a couple of clips here. So as you roll this, there's not a whole lot there, right? But he slips through, and just the acceleration, when he hits that hole, it's like, boom, he's on the second level in no time. And then look at this. I mean, he kind of does that little shoulder dip, plants his leg, makes a cut. This guy is left just whiffing. I mean, that's an incredible move. And when you can make cuts like that without losing your speed and momentum and just, continue to go for that touchdown, that's really elite athleticism there that's showing up on tape. Now, this play is impressive too. Again, he's going to burst through. Look at that cutting. I mean, that's just smooth, right? Let's go back a little ways here. So he's going to cut outside and then immediately cut back inside and stiff arm this guy. I mean, that's just great, smooth athleticism, elusiveness, agility, all of it on display. And then this is a really fun one. So he gets here and makes this nice jump cut, leaving the linebacker on the ground. And then, whoop! All right, so, I mean, I'm not going to go too crazy over a hurdle like that. It doesn't get him a whole lot of extra yards, but it's just fun. I mean, whoop! All right, so we're going to finish where we started here, which is with receiving ability. That's really always going to be his bread and butter. He's a PPR guy. If he never becomes that bell cow that I hope that he can be, I think he should have a role in the NFL as a third down running back. And remember, again, the offensive coordinator says the most natural hands of any running back he's ever been around. You're going to see it here in spades. Look at this play. So he's going to run a simple wheel route, and he's got this linebacker burnt. If this is a good pass, it's an easy walk-in touchdown, but it's not a good pass. Look at the adjustment to make this catch. You'll see a better angle of it here. I mean, he's got to turn around all the way behind him. That is just incredible hands, not just for a running back, but for anybody. That's elite. And then again, you run after the catch ability. So right there, whoop, makes 41 miss, makes him look silly. Okay, guys, so here's the deal. I'm a huge believer that opportunity plus talent equals production. And it's really hard to predict opportunity for anybody, but especially for Evans at this point. He's behind a true bell cow in Mixon. And as of this recording, P. Ryan came back off the COVID list. He immediately retook change of pace duties, relegating Evans back to the bench. Had 0 carries, 0 targets, 0 fantasy points. That's baffling to me because I think Chris Evans is a much more talented running back than P. Ryan, but it's where we find ourselves. However, Mixon is often hurt, and in that scenario, I think you'd have a very good chance at seeing a Chris Evans breakout. He's just a rookie, so even if it doesn't happen for him in 2021, he's got a lot of career ahead of him. This guy is my favorite sleeper in this rookie class. He's an elite athlete with elite receiving skills, and I don't use that word elite lightly. He also shows above average contact balance and excellent elusiveness, and he's trustworthy in pass protection as well. So I could see him having a similar career trajectory to a guy like Eckler, where he starts off as a backup, eventually becomes the third down back, and then when Joe Mixon moves on, he could eventually get that chance to be a true RB1. So he's a guy that you're going to have to be patient with, but I truly believe he has that kind of upside. So don't wait for the breakout. Get him now while he's cheap. He may be on the waiver wire in your league. If he is, you should 100% stash him on your dynasty rosters. If someone else has him, offer a late round pick. He just put up a 0 in the box score, so there's a good chance that that owner would move him for next to nothing. Hopefully, a few years from now, he's killing it for your fantasy team, and you'll find yourself saying, I can't believe I got this guy for a third round pick. So, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.